So what strategy should the president-elect adopt to fix the immigration mess? Joining us from Houston, the Republican Lieutenant Governor of Texas, Dan Patrick. Mr. Patrick, what's your approach? Are you in line with what Donald Trump is suggesting, from the wall to potentially ending DACA?
It's a combination of things, Juan, and Merry Christmas. Good to be with you.
Merry
It's a combination. One is you have to secure the border. That's just real. We are being overwhelmed by people coming here illegally. That is not safe for our country, nor economically can we afford to educate and medicate every person in the world who wants to come here on their own. Number two, I think Donald Trump is going to surprise a lot of people. He could be the president, Juan, that actually passes legal immigration reform. And that's step two. Secure first and then pass legal immigration reform. Because Donald Trump, I believe, shares the view that no one should have to die to come to America, Juan. No one should be raped.
Well, that makes sense, but let's come back to
people
deferred
shouldn't
action.
Die on our land when they
I
get
understand
here. So
what you're saying.
It's a combination of the two.
But what about deferred action for people who arrived here as children? Do you agree that he should allow that program to continue? I'm looking at statistics in front of me. It says 645,000 people would lose the legal right to work in the USA if Donald Trump ends that program.
Well, there are repercussions for breaking the law and coming here. With the Dreamers, Juan, they are a special group. Many of them were brought here as young children, not on their own. Many came here on their own as teenagers, but many were dragged across the border by their parents. Here's the problem, Juan. Let's take in-state tuition, for example, which is a big issue at our universities. Why do we charge an American student, maybe a Mexican-American student, maybe who lives in Oklahoma, who wants to come to a school in Texas, why would we charge him 3 or 4 times as much as the illegal student who's here in Texas who wants to go to college? And why would we, in some of our universities where you have 5 or 6 well-qualified students turned down because there aren't enough seats, why would we give that to a non-citizen over a citizen? And thirdly, Juan, giving these Dreamers the opportunity to go to college with a lower tuition than many out-of-state Americans would pay, the truth is it's a big lie to them, because they won't be employed when they leave. No major company is going to hire them because they're not here legally.
Mr.
So we
Patrick,
need,
I'm remembering, though, that Rick Perry, the former governor of Texas, said if you lack compassion for these young people in Texas, may have arrived illegally, you lack a heart. What do you say?
Well, look, he's going to be a great energy secretary. He's a dear friend, but I disagreed with him on that. Here's the key, Juan. We have to put America and Americans first. Number two, we have to secure the border, and we do have to pass legal immigration reform. People would rather come to America, Juan, and pay the federal government a few $1,000s and come here legally and not live in the shadows than pay the drug cartels $10,000 and $20,000 to come in here and be abused to get here and then have to live in the shadows. So, look, I blame both parties, Juan. The Republicans had the numbers to do something about it, and they didn't. The Democrats had the numbers under Obama, and he didn't. We need this president, I think he will, be the president to bring the parties together, pass legal immigration reform, secure the border, get rid of the criminals so they can't come back in, and then we'll address those who are here.
Pressure
but we have to put America first.
You're putting pressure on him to deliver. Mr. Patrick, thank you so much for coming in.